Alright, here we are on Ancient Cistern again, spawning in the bottom left hand side of the map. It is Rostok. And on the other side of the map, ooh, sporting the classic skins, it is Firulais. I think if they're sporting the classic skins, I'm pretty sure this is not it's not the WCS mod. We'll see. I gotta say, it has been almost exclusively PvZs today. Excuse me. It's been almost all PvZs today, and it's definitely testing my SC2 knowledge, since this is like the one matchup that I am least confident in casting. But it's been fun. It's definitely been a learning experience. I'm excited to be here once again on Ancient Cistern, with the Protoss on one side and the Zerg on the other. Oh, for a second there, I thought that probe was going to try and block a spawning pool. Rostok once again, just poking away at the minerals. Just being kind of a nuisance. As Protoss do. Yeah, it's been super fun today. Hope you guys have been enjoying the matches. Getting to see some awesome StarCraft. Also glad I got to see some returning faces. Get to track some storylines. If I could be unbiased for a second, I am super happy to see Fiant moving on. Ooh, Rostok doing something a little sneaky here with the probe. What is going to be the call here? Oh no. Okay, so Stargate at home. So I imagine. Okay, no, just using the probe to scout again, making sure that it doesn't get caught by a bunch of Zerglings. Stargate will be finishing up here soon. Third base going down for Firulais. So far, I mean, just your standard PvZ affair. Oracle will be popping out momentarily. Get to see Rostok do some more damage with it. Alright. Fortunately, Firulais does lose that Overlord. There are two in the production queue now. But he is going to be a little supply block, which is a little unfortunate. That being said, creep is expanding. Not too much trouble. Got to get your influence out there on the map. I'm just kind of trying to... Ooh, actually, really nice catch there on the Oracle. Only gets one kill for shovels. Oh my god, is he going to get killed? Oh man, you can see Firulais trying so hard to hit that with the Queen. That's actually kind of heartbreaking. So that's one of those moments where it's just like, at least for me, this just feels tilting. Like just out of reach, and you know it's going to be back with full shields later on. Adept's just poking around at the third base, seeing what's getting droned up. 10 Zerglings in the production queue to deal with them. Oh, here we go. Looks like the Adept should get taken out here, yeah. One of the oracles does get taken down. What is it? 2 worker kills? It's 5 worker kills. What did I miss? Man, that's when you find out that the WCS mod is wow. Alright, another kill. Oh, I thought it was gonna escape again. +1 melee. Coming up for Firulais now. Looks like we're going for a fairly similar setup here for Rostok. Circle's trying to come in here, see if they can get any damage done on the third. However, the Stalkers are going to be able to hold pretty effectively. And we're going to go ahead and put up a wall here, just to make sure that the Zerglings have a little bit of a harder time getting in here and doing any damage. Ooh, that's 4 gateways. Big pushes are on the horizon. Firulais sticking on 3 bases for right now. Layer on the way. So it looks like we're going to kind of go for the same game plan here as Firulais. I imagine the Baneley Nest is going to go down here fairly soon. Alright, some more scouting for Firulais. Yeah, this is big gateway energy. Big gateway energy. Yeah, so it looks like Rostok is going to try and hammer Firulais down with well, I shouldn't say a handful, but a lot of Stalkers right off the get-go. War Prism going to be on the way here fairly soon. Blink is finishing up. Baneley Nest is on the way, and unfortunately for Firulais, it looks like Rostok is moving out onto the map. And yeah, Firulais is going to have to back up here, sending out a couple of Zerglings just to keep an eye on the army for Rostok. Actually doing a pretty good job of clearing up the creep here. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Firulais to actually engage into this army. But at the same time, Firulais is still holding the upper ground. More Stalkers are going to be warped in, and it looks like it's time to go. Firulais does not have many units, so the Zerglings can't really make a good connection with this group of Stalkers. Firulais is going to try and back up here. Firulais is going to try and collapse onto the army, but Rostok is blinking back. And, ooh, big blink forward. Feeling very confident that in his ability to actually clean up this army. And it looks like, once again, Firulais' third base is going to be in a bit of trouble. War Prism is going to come in. More Stalkers are going to get warped in. And the Stalker Club is just going to come down hard on Firulais this go-around. Unfortunately, it looks like there's nothing Firulais is going to be able to do for this third base location. Drones are being evacuated as we speak. Yeah, it looks like Rostok is actually just going to go straight for the throat at this point. Blinking in aggressively. GG is going to be called. Rostok takes game number 1. Rostok, very confident in his abilities, immediately bringing down the hammer of Stalkers. Gonna take game number 1. Alright, let's go ahead and hop directly into game number 2. Oh, how about that? So a little surprise for our viewers. A map that we have not seen today. Spawning in the top left-hand side of Neo-Humanity. The red Protoss pieces, it is Rostok. And in the bottom right-hand side with the blue Zerg pieces, give it up for Firulais. God, I really like those classic skins. I know that they tend to be, I know a lot of people don't like them. I know that they tend to be kind of controversial skins because it's more difficult to tell what they are. But me personally, I do kind of enjoy seeing the skins in StarCraft 2. Like, even at first I didn't like them because, like, if you look at the hatchery, it does look a bit wonky. I'll give you that. It does look weird. But it kind of, like, for me at least, it grew on me over time. And I do enjoy it. I do enjoy that skin. Also, the classic drone skin is just beautiful. That actually translated really well into StarCraft 2 game engine. Probe coming in, just poking around a little bit, see what's up. A little poke at the minerals, kind of mess up the drone AI here just a little bit. Lord going to be poking in here in just a second. So Rostok was actually really, really good with this, like the Stargate opening into the big gateway energy push. So I imagine we probably see that again. Now, it is a bit of a longer path to get to Firulais with that method. But then again, if you have a warp prism, you can still reinforce pretty quickly. Both players playing fairly stock standard. I feel like the music that just came on is not accurate, not very representative of what's going on here, unless we're just very, very, very much into the macro mechanics of the game. And I guess if you are excited about that, this is the perfect music for you. Oh, actually, this time it's going to be a Twilight opener for our Protoss friend here. Oh, this is 4-gate. So Rostok getting aggressive in game 2. 4 gates. Adept on the way. Now, I believe Firulais will see this here in a second. It's just going to pick up on the fact that there's 2 extra gateways here. Ooh, and we're going for resonating glaives too. Rostok looking to finish this game off with a bang. Firulais going for the Roach Warren. I feel like it's a good defensive choice for the Zerg player. We'll lose the Overlord, but already has 2 primed to go. And here we go, Rostok warping in a lot of adepts here. Resonating Glaives will be finishing up here fairly soon. Now I'm curious to see how Rostok decides to play this out. Like, are we going to just try to club the Zerg to death immediately, or are we going to put adepts just everywhere? Right. Unfortunately, oh boy, here we go. Adepts shading into the Adepts shading into the 3rd base. These queens are not long to be. A couple of heals do go off, but it looks like a lot of queens are going to go down. Adepts are going to escape. It's a bit unfortunate for our Zerg player. Well, not actually the worst. I mean, we still have the ability to inject and spread the creep a little bit. It was kind of devastating, though, to lose that many queens that early. Blink's now on the way for Rostok. More adepts on the way. Firulais trying to make something happen here at the 3rd base, but there's just too many adepts, really. And Firulais backing up with a handful of Zerglings. And there are a handful of roaches on the field now, but that's a lot of adepts, and I think they can actually cream those roaches if they really want to. Firulais also droning just before these adepts hit a second time. I don't know if that was the correct call, but we'll have to see here in just a second. Immediately jumping onto the drones here. It looks like these Adepts are going to get cornered. Looks like the Roaches and the Queens are faring pretty well against them. But where actually did the... Oh no, he canceled the Shade. Actually deciding to fight here. Fortunately, Firulais just has not been able to mine from this third base location yet. Adepts are getting a little bit split up and scattered here. Firulais pumping out Lings and Roaches to try and deal with this. Rostok macroing like a madman behind this as well. While Firulais is so preoccupied with the attack on his base. On their base. Once again, the third base left fairly barren, save for one drone. Diligently working away despite being under fire. Rostok setting up for his the next plan of attack. We see the Robo Bay as well as a Robo, or a second Robo, I should say. Rostok has just kind of kept Firulais just really pinned back hard with these Adepts. He hasn't had a single opportunity to really drone up properly. He has tried to do a counterattack here at the third base, but there are plenty of Stalkers here to mitigate any kind of risk. Rostok just macroing up like a madman. 4 more gates are going to be going down, so I think we're going to see the Stalker Hammer again. Firulais trying to get into the Baneling Nest once again. Sitting out a couple of scouting Lings to try and keep tabs on Rostok's army. Ooh, Colossus actually being the choice for Rostok. Now with a moment to actually breathe, Firulais is recovering some of the economic losses. Rostok going for fourth base. Rostok actually very well set up for this game. I feel like Firulais's army is a little bit out of position. Rostok putting together a rather fearsome army. Their Colossus on the way, as well as a Warp Prism. Charge about to finish up, as well as Extended Thermal Lance. Firulais preparing his upgrades as well. Actually going for all 3. There are 3 Evo Chambers here? Wow. Firulais throwing everything and the kitchen sink at this Protoss. Excuse me, at this Protoss player. Rostok pushing along the left side of the map now. Firulais. Ooh. Gauges a little bit too haphazardly into the Protoss army now. The Colossus immediately shred all of the Zerglings. The only thing left are a couple of Roaches and Banelings. Nice force fields there. Going to block out Firulais from actually being able to defend the fourth base location here. Evacuating it to his 5th. Now, this is a huge Protoss army. I don't think Firulais really has enough to actually be able to defend this. Really good force fields once again. Choking this army out so hard. The aggressive blink forward to try and actually deal with the Zerg army that's here. Things are looking a bit grim for Firulais right now. Rostok maxed out. Firulais only halfway there. And this army is just absolutely shredding the Zerg on every front. A couple more reinforcements are going to come in. Rostok will take game number 2.